And the thing about the cholesterol lowering meds, they attack your liver. They damage your liver. Why do they damage your liver? Liver is where your body makes its own cholesterol. It makes it already. What's up, guys? Manny Brandon back with Mannys Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. Today, I want to talk to you about two crucial compounds, cholesterol and choline. Why they're important for women as well as men, and what their relationship is and their connection to Alzheimer's and dementia and overall brain health. All that coming up right now. Guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for all your support. I'm back in the gym now, on my way to recovery, getting stronger every day, and we're going to keep on putting out content about rehab and physical training, as well as the regular food content and wellness content. Right now we're going to be talking about cholesterol and choline, two compounds that have been heavily demonized in our society and the media over the last 20 years because the powers that be don't want you to be healthy. These two compounds are extremely important in maintaining brain health, staving off Alzheimer's and dementia. And people just, just evil beings out here are just trying to distract and deter and hide the fact that your brain is 80% fat and you need cholesterol. You need cholesterol for your brain. You need choline. Choline is a powerful compound that's in egg yolks, 80% egg yolks, that's actually influential and just purely unbelievably important for child's brain health, for infants' brain health, newborns' brain health. So, the reason why a lot of women have a lot of hormone and thyroid conditions is because they're not getting a lot of healthy fats, okay? Healthy fats come in multiple varieties, not just vegan. Healthy fats come from ribeye steaks. Healthy fats are loaded in pasture-raised eggs, especially the yolk, especially coconut oil, coconut milk, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, avocados, walnuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, cashews, myriad of a lot of other foods that people just don't get time or don't make time to consume every day. They directly affect your brain health. The capacity to have neurons constantly firing, the capacity to stave off, like I said, Alzheimer's and dementia. Healthy fats is what maintains your brain health, period. The myelin sheath, which covers your nerve endings and your nerves, is what the brain is basically made of. And the things, the nourishment that keeps fortifying that is healthy fats. So, like I said, egg yolks, nuts, coconut oils, olive oil, extra virgin of course. You got other types of fats too. But people want to concentrate on this veganism thing because, healthy meats and cholesterol, the word itself has been demonized, but a lot of people don't know this. Your liver makes cholesterol, okay? It diverts the LDL and HDL to different parts of your body and converts and uses both. But one of the big things I want to do is I'm going to repeat this in some literature. Healthy fats are created from and come from cholesterol-laden foods. Cholesterol is a good thing. It's what has your skin not, breaking out. Cholesterol is what allows you to maintain your energy levels. Okay, it also allows you to have your hormones regulated. Even the severity of a woman's period is, controlled by her cholesterol levels. And if you don't have those intact, if you're not consuming enough, you're wreaking havoc on your body. They have a lot of cholesterol meds that are administered when they try to put them with other drugs. They have a lot to do with your blood pressure. Try to stave off the fear of a stroke. They try to stave off hypertension. But there's people that I know of personally and that I've heard of that have no high blood pressure, no hypertension, but their cholesterol is high. And their doctors think that's a bad thing. We're going to get into some literature and let you guys understand where I'm coming from and why cholesterol and choline is so important for men and women. All right. This is from Google search and AI and several different authorities on health and fitness and nutrition. It says evidence suggests that adequate levels of choline and its derivative neurotransmitter acetylcholine play a vital role in brain health and may help reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. However, most current findings come from observational studies and animal models, and larger human clinical trials are still needed to confirm their preventative efficacy. To what level? How choline and acetylcholine may help. Researchers indicate several mechanisms through which these substances might protect the brain. So you have acetylcholine in your brain. When you consume foods high in choline, it helps ramp up and elevate your acetylcholine levels and optimal, ability to control your brain and to have a healthy brain and have healthy neurons and, transmit, messages so you can move your limbs, see, cough, run, all that other stuff. Neurotransmitter production. Choline is an essential precursor of acetylcholine, which is critical for memory, learning, and mood. People with AD often have significantly reduced levels of acetylcholine, and current FDA-approved treatments work by preventing its breakdown. So, like I said, there's FDA-approved treatments, like this article says, but you can just eat right to prevent this. Reduction of amyloid plaques. Animal studies have shown that lifelong choline supplementation can reduce the production of amyloid beta plaques, a hallmark of AD or Alzheimer's disease. Controlling brain inflammation. Choline may help by reducing the activation of microglia, the brain's immune cells. Overactive microglia can cause chronic inflammation that leads to neuronal death. Structural integrity. Choline is a key component of phosphatidylcholine, which is essential for maintaining the membranes of brain cells. Findings in human studies. Risk reduction. Analysis from the Frangram heart study found that low dietary choline intake was associated with an increased risk of incident dementia and AD. Cognitive performance. Observational studies have linked higher choline intake with better verbal and visual memory performance in adults. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So it's very important, guys. There's certain foods that are very heavy and saturated with cholesterol and choline, but they're extremely healthy for the human body. If you see through the media news, those are the foods that they continuously demonize. They don't want you to have stuff that's good for your body. You notice all the crap, the junk food, the candy, processed food, all that stuff, they don't put that on the news. They don't demonize that. They want you to buy that. They want you to consume it. All right. The NIH Office Dietary Supplements sets the adequate intake for adults at 425 milligrams a day for women and 550 milligrams a day for men. Eggs, especially the yolk. Meats and poultry, particularly liver. Liver is the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. That and sea moss. Sea moss on the vegetarian end, liver on the animal protein end. One thing that a lot of vegetarians get misconstrued about, when you talk about meats, it's not about the protein. They always say, well, you can get enough proteins if you combine a certain amount of vegetables together. The thing is, you can create a complete protein with vegetables, but it takes a lot more food, and it's not even doesn't even have one half the absorbability. Okay, that's the thing. Meat and poultry, like I said, liver is the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Vitamin K2, everything. Fish and dairy. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Okay? Note, always consult a healthcare professional before starting new supplements, as excessive choline can lead to side effects like hypotension or a fishy body odor. And they have to say this just to clear the nose of doctors, but in case you guys didn't hear that, they say hypotension. Hypotension is lower blood pressure. So, you hear that? Hypertension is high blood pressure. That's 160, blah, 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 over 100, whatever. Hypotension is lower than, I think, 120. So choline can actually help bring down blood pressure. And it's heavily evident and present in egg yolks, among other things. All right. Now it says, choline as a preventative measure for Alzheimer's. It's all these different links to hit on. But it's so important to get these foods in your diet that contain these elements. All right. This is all part of the same article. Now, as of August 2019, Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia are a leading cause of death in England and Wales. A recent report suggests that the increased cases in the UK may be associated with people not reaching the choline RDI. Achieving the choline RDI can be accomplished by consuming eggs, red meat, and poultry, which are some of the foods richest in choline. Consumption of meat among those aged 19 to 64 years in the UK, says the consumption of meat among those aged 19 to 64 years of age in the UK has declined by 19 grams per day over the last 9 years, which may be contributing to a lack of dietary choline. The US has also reported people not reaching the choline RDA, in particular pregnant women. I said before in one of my other videos, pregnant women need more healthy fats than even an athletic woman. They have 2 people to feed. Your baby needs those healthy fats. Your grass-fed red meats, your choline-infused pasture-raised eggs, the yolks, coconut, olive oil, Brazil nuts, walnuts, seeds, all that type of stuff. You need them. All right. This article goes on forever, but I just wanted to get you guys into understanding of how important this is. This right here, I have my wild caught pink salmon. I eat salmon all the time, guys. Another one, I eat it all the time. Loaded with omega-3s and healthy fats. And like I said, healthy fats is what will keep Alzheimer's away and actually slow down, the occurrence of it. I didn't talk about that a lot, but of course your top 5 oily fish are loaded with omega-3s and fight against Alzheimer's, as well as choline. The salmon, the sardines, which are like the highest, herring, codfish, there's like 2 other more, bluefish. There's a lot of healthy fats in oily fish. But you don't want to choose healthy, light, like fish like whiting or anything like that. Lean fish, you want to eat the oily fish. If you add fish like 2 times a week for the rest of your life, 2 days out of a 7-day week, they're basically saying it's so high, the choline, the healthy fats, vitamin D, the omega-3s in fish are so high, you probably would never get Alzheimer's. A lot of our ancestors, none of them ever got it. A lot of our current grandmothers and elderly loved ones have it. One, because they're not eating a lot of healthy fats, because the last 2 decades, doctors, I guess want to say the elderly loved ones are the ones that are most medicated, and they're relying on the consumption of medicines minus healthy fats. Like they're not even doing both. And that's the reason why most of our aged loved ones, elderly loved ones are getting amnesia, Alzheimer's, dementia. No healthy fats, but a ton of cholesterol blocking medication. And there's some people that do have high cholesterol levels that are like crisis situation, but you can bring your hypertension down through healthy means, through a healthy lifestyle. And the thing about the cholesterol lowering meds, they attack your liver. They damage your liver. Why do they damage your liver? Because cholesterol is where your body makes its own, liver is where your body makes its own cholesterol. It makes it already. So if you don't have hypertension, you don't have high blood pressure, just focus on keeping up the lifestyle that's continue to allow you to be this healthy. If you do have hypertension, high blood pressure, then of course, do what your doctors tell you to bring it down. And then once you can interact and implement healthy foods and lifestyles to bring it down and keep it down without meds, if you can, you don't got to do anything specifically for cholesterol lowering meds, because they damage your liver. They really do. If you are on cholesterol lowering meds and you want to slowly implement a healthy diet and those foods that lower blood pressure, like, beetroot juice, pineapple, grapefruits, implement those slowly. And, just talk to your doctor by maybe taking half a pill or weaning yourself off every 4 weeks. If your health is improving, your hypertension is going down, you shouldn't have a problem doing that if the doctor sincerely is concerned with helping you heal. I'm not talking about the ones that want to keep you on meds for the rest of your life, but choline and cholesterol go hand in hand. Most of your brain, 80% of it is composed of myelin sheath material. Your nerve endings and nerves have a covering that's called a myelin sheath. It's actually acts like a electrical cord with a rubber covering for insulation. Guess what feeds and nourishes the myelin sheath and myelin material in your brain and your nervous system? Healthy fats. Guess what eliminates the possibility and the frequency and the potential and the risk of getting Alzheimer's, and dementia? Healthy fats. Cholesterol. Your brain needs cholesterol. It needs the fish, wild caught fish. It needs the pasture-raised eggs. It needs the coconuts. It needs the healthy fats from olive oil, coconut oil, from avocado oil. It needs the healthy fats from nuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pecans. It needs the healthy fats. All right. Even ribeye steaks, look it up. It needs the healthy fats. Grass-fed steak, grass-fed Wagyu, grass-fed cattle from New Zealand, which is really clean, has natural healthy fats. Grass-fed lamb has healthy fats. So there's a lot of sources. Even vegans can mix and match things together. But ladies, you need your healthy fats. It affects, if your healthy fats, your cholesterol, your choline levels are low, it affects your sexual reproductive system, your libido, all your other hormones, and your energy level, just everything. All right. So I hope you guys take heed. Check out everything I said. Everything is fact checked and science based. Get those healthy fats in your diet to help your workouts, to just increase your overall health, to improve your brain health, and increase the chances of not getting Alzheimer's and dementia. And if you have loved ones that are on meds, try to introduce some of these healthy fats into their diet. Get your grandmas and aunties to start eating more grass-fed steak, pasture-raised eggs, oily fish, nuts, coconuts, olive oils, healthy avocado oils. And do your research on olive oils and avocado oils. You can actually do a search on which ones are not cut with other seed oils. So you get the top optimal premium ones that are all olive oil, cold pressed and all that, this, that, and the third. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.